Thompson Chain Reference Bible my father's one that I was using at that time. It has all these Bible study aids that will help you, topical studies, character studies. Now I have many Bibles that teach, that help, you know, Dake. I have many Bibles. But at that time I had only Thompson Chain's Bible. It wasn't mine, it was my father's one that I had taken. It was with me. Then I had a day where I was studying the parables of Jesus. Then small books, one chapter books, Obadiah, 3rd John, 2nd John, one chapter books, Jude. Those ones I can say today I'm studying Jude, one chapter books, small books in the Bible. Then I had all those times. So, and the thing is that if you put it on paper and plan it, then you can do it. There are times where I will set goals for physical fitness. I set goals sometimes. I say, okay, I'm going to reduce weight. I'm going to set a target. So I draw everything, the timetable, what not to eat, what not. Sometimes you will see that right from this year, ever since we started this year, there are certain things I've never eaten. My wife and I have never eaten. Yeah, we have never eaten fufu this year. Kenke, bread, no bread. Never taking bread, never taking sugar, never taking milk, never taking soft drinks. Only communion. Yes, this year, we have never, and it's a goal that we set that we have to remove these things from our diet because these things are harmful. You see, when you hit 40 going, you must change your diet. I always tell the pastors that some of them don't have any issue, like their stomach they are flat, they can eat at any time of the day, no problem. I always tell them that look, now when you start approaching 40, you must be conscious of what you eat. If you are thinking of health, because you see, even though I believe in divine health, I've been working in divine health since 1998, 99. But part of the reasons why I don't fall sick is also because I'm conscious of these things. So there are times when you become lazy, then you stop. But then someone like my wife, who is very, very strict, when you entrust these things to her, she will make sure that you. Recently, I wanted to break the rules. I said, oh, I'm tired. I just want to. She said, no way. You are not taking. I said, that so she can help you, support you to maintain it. So you need an accountability partner when you set goals. You see that okay, I've set a target to my studies. I'm a student. Now I see my GPA. I'm setting a target that I will get the GPA of this. And I'm working towards it. As soon as you set the target, you will see strength will come. You will see energy will come because you want to achieve a target. So when you set goals, Bible says that without vision, the people cast off restraint. If there's no vision, you will see that life will be going in several directions. It's like pouring water on the ground. It goes here, it goes here, it goes here. But if you pour it into a bottle or a bowl or a cup, it's intact, it's preserved, it's defined. The water gets shape. But water on the ground, it doesn't have shape. It's just going all directions. When you don't have goals for your life, you will see that you will be going in different directions. By the grace of God, many of you that are here, have an idea or what God has called you to be or to do or what you want to do in life and future. Attach specific goals to them and start planning. A goal for finances, start planning. You can set targets and plan. You see, like last 2 meetings, we were talking about management, and then I said that always have a list of the items, the things you spend money on. I have a book like that. I didn't bring it today. You see dates, amount. You see, and I was going through recently. I realized that most of the money I spend them on books. So you see, I'll write dates, then I'll write amount. Even money that I use for TNT, I will write it down. If you can do that for 1 week, after 1 week you will see what kind of a person you are when it comes to money. Whether you are a risk taker, whether you are somebody who is risk averse, whether you are the cautious person, whether you are a spendthrift, whether you are callous. All these things you will know. Because you will know that this thing, I shouldn't have bought it, but I bought it anyway. Maybe I was pressurized to buy this thing, and I bought it. Then you will know and you correct it. Then, measurable means that the goal, you should be able to measure the goal. So if they ask you, how much have you attained out of the goal, you should be able to know. It should be measurable. That this is the goal I set for this year. Now I'm in June. Okay, I think I've made like 10%. Okay, there's still more room for improvement. Every year, decide on the amount you give as offering, for instance. You will be surprised that God will help you not to come below. There are certain things that are things that when you practice them, God will help you. You start increasing your offering every year. Oh, this year I'm giving. There's some people, they've been giving 1 CD since they were born. So this year I'm giving 2 CDs every Sunday. So when you get money, you start thinking about 2 CDs set aside for offering. You will see that God will help you never to come below. So you increase it. I don't want to give offering below maybe 20 CDs. See, God will help you. You always be above. Once you take a stand, when you decide, strength will come. If you don't decide, if you haven't taken a decision, you will not receive the strength. Once you decide, you see strength coming. Strength coming. It also makes you focus. You will know that you don't have time. You'll be able to regulate your time. You'll be able to eliminate things that scatter your time. There are things that will drain you. You will eliminate them. At every point, there will be something you are doing and you are conscious of it. You are conscious of it. You will pour yourself out into it. When after 2005, I discovered real purpose, destiny purpose, 2005, that was after that one, that was when I discovered real purpose. I had a mandate. From that time, then all these goals, I shelved them somewhere, and I abandoned myself into the call, the mandate that God has given me. And I can't say I've done 100%, but I've stayed committed to it. I've stayed committed, consistent, to it. Then that's what we can do. Then attainable. Some goals are not attainable. So you should know, okay, because right now, if let's say right now I'm saying that I want to be president of Ghana, you see that not that it's not possible, but I mean, looking at, it's not something that I will achieve. That is, so the goal should be attainable. The goal should be attainable. Somebody spelled out. He met a lady, and then he was talking with the lady, and then he told the lady that, "Do you know, the woman I want to marry, I want a woman who's a friend of God." And the lady was so worried. The lady came to me and said, "Daddy, so look at what he's saying, a friend of God. How can I be a friend of God?" I mean, you want me to be a friend of God? How possible? How possible? How can I be a friend of God? So to her, that goal was unattainable. Then relevant. The goal should be relevant to your life's purpose. It's relevant to your life purpose. There are higher goals. Then there are lower goals. That's why I said 20 years plan, then 10 years, okay. 10 years is okay. Then 3 years, what am I doing in these 3 years that will help me achieve the 10 years plan? Do I need training, education, formal training, formal education? See, the sad thing is when you are learning, when you should be applying. because he didn't take advantage of time. Let's say now that you are in school, it's time for learning. Okay? Now a time will come where you must start living the life. It's not about learning. You will learn informally, but the time will come where you will see that now is the time for you to contribute. It's not learning. The learning season is over. So you take advantage of the time you have and then invest. Okay. Now let me end with certain marriage goals. Very, very simple. Just apply all these things. What kind of family do you want? Put it down. What kind of family do you want? You put it down. Okay. So you draw your marriage goal, the family family you want. Okay. By family, I'm not talking about say, oh, I want to live in a 10-bedroom house. That can be a future goal or a goal that you have set. But you must know that even though that may be a goal, you may not start with a 10-bedroom house. You may have to start with a 1-bedroom, a single room. And so where are you starting that thing from? Where are you starting your goal from? Okay, so what are the things that you need to put in place to make sure that you have this kind of marriage that you want? Do I need to acquire some knowledge? Do I need to go for some counseling? There are some people who will wait till 3 months before they will say, I'm going for counseling. No, it shouldn't be happening like that. You should start your counseling at the moment you become conscious of something called relationship. And I'm not talking about formal counseling. I'm talking about reading books, coming to School of Marriage, listening to the teachings of School of Marriage. Many people don't listen. Many people think that these things are not important. I pity them. Do you know why I pity them? I pity them because, you see, when they start the life, they will know that they have skipped over important things. And if some people always want to learn on the job. They want to learn on the job. So as you marry, then you are now learning how to respond to a woman, to respond to a man. You are now learning about love, about submission. You are now learning about communication. You are learning through mistakes. You are hitting your head, pam, 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 pam. And then when you become a counselor, then you tell people that marriage is not easy. Marriage is this and that and that and that. Somebody was saying that the first 6 years, I told them, it was scaring me. So a group of counselors came, and then they were giving a lecture. Then somebody said, the first 6 years, the first 6 months of your marriage is going to be you are going to be fighting, biting each other, kicking each other. I said, is it a rule or that's your experience? Maybe that's your experience. It's not a rule. I didn't experience that in the first years of my marriage. Not even the first 10 years, not even the first 12 years, not even the first, we are now 17 years. I'm yet to experience that poo that he talked about. Biting each other, kicking, insulting each other, hitting each other. We don't experience those. So now I believe that part of the reasons why we don't experience that, apart from everything, another reason is because we were prepared. Our minds were prepared for the relationship, marriage relationship, because we went through teaching books, reading books, going for seminars, discussing them and all that. Many issues that would have popped up in marriage, and there would have been issues of concern and fighting and all that. Those things we had prior knowledge about. But today, even this School of Marriage, people will not take it seriously. You know, and they somehow think that, when I get there, I will be able to handle it. And the funny thing is, people think that it's all about what you are seeing in a relationship. You know, that all these nice things you are seeing in a relationship. No, your mind must be prepared. So you set the goal, invest in the journey. Buy books and read. See, buy books and read. Don't think that it's not worth your investment. Build a library. Even if you won't read them, build a library. Have a personal library. Not only on marriage issues. Library of books. your area of calling, focus. Okay? You build a library. I have a library of many books. I have sections. There's one shelf that only books of Kenneth Hagin is on Kenneth Hagin, Watchman Derek Prince, Rick Joyner. They have different shelves. I don't mix their books. Then Miles Monroe, I had Miles Monroe's session, but now it's also filled with other books, you know. Then I have the mix. I have books on warfare, spiritual warfare, deliverance, at the one session, healing, one session. These are the things I'm involved in. I have books on the family, relationship, youth, many things. I have them on another session. I know the session, so when I'm picking the book, I know where I will pick the book, where I will put the book back. So when I'm looking for a book, I don't go like, no, I know I have to look here. I'll get it here. And these are books that I bought with money. Some of them I ordered, you know, because I have to acquire knowledge of the things I'm doing. If it's business there are good books on business that you can buy and read. You know, you can buy and read books on business that you can buy and read, books on leadership that you can buy and read, because you know you are going to be a leader. So start reading. Marriage, books on marriage, you read. Whatever area you believe that you are is your life, invest. Then listen, research. Then meditate, visualize, think about it, visualize what you want, prepare yourself to get there. Never think any goal. Never think that the goal. Putting down these things is honest. It's not important, because after all, we don't know what tomorrow holds. Yes, it's true. We don't know what tomorrow holds. It's true. I think I've already explained that. The things I put down, it's not all of them that I was able to do, but at least I thank God I put them down. You know, when I thank God that God too intercepted my life and changed many of the plans I had. But I don't regret ever penning down the plans I had. I don't regret. There are certain things I've written here. I know they will never get done. Okay, God, they will be replaced by other things, but I don't regret them. At least it will give you some sort of focus and seriousness if you're able to do that. Plan everything. There was a point where I listened to Mike Murdoch, and Mike Murdoch said that an indication, he said that if you want to know what your future will be, look at your daily routine. So, so I decided to plan my day. So every day I was planning the day, my timetable for the day. Wake up at this time. By this time, I should have finished everything. I'll go to work at this time. I'll come back this time. When I come, I'll do A, B, C. I'll sleep at this time, wake up at this time. And all the things that I will do for every day, I will just plan it every day. Because I felt that what I was saying was true. That your daily routines, they indicate what you are going. Look at the things that you are doing in a typical day. The things that you are studying, the places that you go. They are the very things. That's the environment that you are building your life in. Everything that you are doing here, for instance, is an environment you are building for your life. A time will come, you will see that your relationships, the people you know, this person is your church member. Oh, this person is here. I know the person here. I know this person here. And you came to meet the person at a place, and then you decide to build your lives together. So then the last one is time related. We should set time. You should set the time for fulfillment of the goals. That's why I say that when somebody proposes to you and the person says, let's be in a relationship with that person, that's the person, okay. Then the person says, when are we going to get married? Say, oh, well, it's not about marriage. We are just in a relationship. No. Even if you can't say the time you want to get married, at least you must say that by your plans, okay, by your plans, you should set a time that I want to get married by this time. But it's not like if you don't get there, you are failed. Like my own, I didn't get there, but at least I missed it by some months. Okay, so you set a target. Okay, this relationship, when are we going to get married? let's give ourselves some 3 years. Okay, now you are going to school, you are going to complete here, you do your service, you work. Okay, so let's say you complete school. Okay, 3 years now. This okay, so 3 years. Let's work towards it. Let's see how I go. Now, if as you are getting closer, you see that it's not realistic. I mean, nothing binds you. You can shift it. And so, okay, now, but it has to be mutual. Okay, now looking at the situation, because ours, for instance, the 2003, 2002, 2003, I was planning to travel to school. She too was planning to travel to study. So you see that, like, we could not have had a wedding in 2003. I mean, that was the plan. But then when these things came in, 2003 February is when I was to go. Then I didn't go. Then I said, okay. Then when I completed school, I used 1 year. I didn't do service. For 1 year, I was using that 1 year. I did a course at Stock Exchange, Ghana Stock Exchange, a course in finance. I said, I'm going to do ACCA. I'll use that 1 year. So I said, I wanted to focus, I wanted to be full time. So I went to IMS, now it's UCOMS. UCOMS. At that time, they had started, it was not developed like this. So I went to UCOMS for 1 year, doing ACCA. You know, I did the first part. But then, because the following year I got married and worked, and then I realized that I will not be able to have the time because the work that I was doing was very hectic. By the time you come from work, you are tired. I mean, you can't do anything. Very tired. So my books and all that I couldn't. But I realized that praying, reading the Bible, doing children's ministry work, that one came naturally. That one came, but that one was a calling and a grace and all that. So I abandoned that and I tried to focus on that and pursue that. Okay, so let's end here. If there are questions, we can take them for like 10, 15 minutes.
Hello, Daddy.
Yeah.
Please, my question is on the measurable. How do you do the measuring? Um, yes. How do you do the measuring?
So the goal that you set. Okay, for instance, if let's say I set a goal to lose weight, I must be able to measure at every point whether I've lost weight. That's quite straightforward, right? What about maybe a goal to a goal that's any goal? It depends on the goal. The unit of measurement depends on the goal you have set. But once you keep track of the input, you'll be able to measure. That's why the goals should be specific and they should be specific and they should not be vague. Right? So if you say that okay, I want to be the best pharmacist or the greatest pharmacist, that one is not a goal. That one is not a specific goal. Okay. That one may be, we have mission statement and then vision statement. So your mission statement states in summary your ideals, your aspiration. So the mission statement for, let's say, this company, okay, our mission statement is to be a household name in Africa, to be relevant in the maybe construction industry or this industry, that industry. That's mission statement. It's, then the vision statement is that we want to be a household name by employing latest technology, qualified staff, by being dedicated to our faith and our core values, delivering on time, professionalism, and all these things and all that. That's a vision statement. So that one is specific. That one that you can measure it. Because if you say I want to be the best singer in the world, you can't measure it. But okay, this year, at least I want to be able to work on maybe my first album. So I have some songs. Let me just organize them So by March, we are in March. Have I organized them? What is your business plan? Let's say you have songs you want to produce. You have not gotten a producer, but you yourself, you have not. The songs are, they are scattered. Oh, I have one song at Atunsu. There's one song at Anyankwanta. Another song. No, no. I mean, you must organize your songs, structure them. Know that okay, if right now it comes right now that you have the money, what are you going to release? I've written. I have a book that I've written. The first 5 books, second 5 books, third 5 books, fourth 5 books, fifth 5 books, sixth 5 books, eight up to nine, 10 5 books that I will release. So right now, as we sit here, if you give me money for the books, I can release 20 books right now. And I'm talking about some of them. Some of them are big, big books. There's one in my car right now, the Godhead or the Godhead. Very big. It's like it's bigger than this one, bigger than this one, bigger than this one. Very big book, 245 pages. You know, I wrote one last year. His will says I will. That one too is very big. Ascending as kings, ascending as priests, ascending as priests, ascending as kings. Very big. These are, so I've arranged them. Then I have the small, small ones, guys and girls series, a pearl of great price. This one is small, the small, small books. Those ones are small, small. Those ones they have not, they are there. So you see that I can measure them. Now I may not go by that, but at least I've written something down. So it depends on the goal. You by all means have the units of measurement. Some of them is impact, and it's difficult to assess impact if there are no goals. At least humanly speaking, you can assess impact by setting goals. Okay. All right. So if there are no questions, let's pray. Father, we thank you for today. Pray that you continue to guide us, even as we go through these life lessons. Help us to be able to put them into practice and help us to allow them to organize and bless our lives, even as we trust you for the unfolding of our destinies. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.